Now then, great to have so many of you guys here again for another press conference. I'll open questions to the floor. Who's up first, please?
Alright, it's Bruce here from the Sydney Times. Obviously, your Tottenham side are undefeated this season, but Liverpool have not lost a game in the Premier League. Do you think you can remain undefeated and beat Liverpool as well?
Yes, so obviously Liverpool have had a great start to the season. They've won every single Premier League game that they've played this far, but they have lost to Lazio in the Champions League and they have lost to Nottingham Forest in the Carabao Cup. So I genuinely think we've got a great chance of getting victory today. Defensively, we've been solid all season. As I say, we've not lost a game, and that goes to show something. It's a real clash of two titans today. And if we can just get the one goal we need, I'm pretty confident we're going to walk away from that game and both games with 3 points. Next question, please, to anyone who's got one.
Wallace here from the Edinburgh Times. Obviously, you are coming up to the January transfer window. Do you think you're going to be making any signings?
Yes, so obviously January coming up, there's not really a lot of money left in the budget to be signing players. Obviously we've signed 3 class players in pre-season, and obviously we are spreading that cost of those players out over a little while. If anyone leaves, then potentially we've got some money to spend, but there aren't many players that I'm thinking of selling or want to sell essentially. We've got a very good team, a very good squad right now, and we're not conceding goals, so disrupting that wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense. So we'll keep it as it is for now. But you never know what's going to happen. Hello and welcome back to the Tottenham Hotspur FM21 Beta Save. Hope you're all doing well and looking forward to today's episode. You love to see it. We've got 2 games coming up against Liverpool back to back in the Premier League. The home game first and then the away game afterwards. And as we said in the press conference, this could go either way. Liverpool have won every single game they've played so far this season. We've not lost a game so far this season. So something's going to have to break. Unless they beat us twice, then nothing breaks for them. But ideally, that won't be happening. We've played 2 games since you were last here, so not an awful lot has happened. We've played 2 games and luckily, we have won 2 games. Despite the injury and the virus crisis that we've had, we've managed to get wins over, if we can find it, and get back to the TomFM fixture list as well. What's this about? TomFM fixtures, back there. More information, you love to see it. We beat Everton 2-0, Musa Sissoko scoring both goals from the right wing. Weird that he's on a right wing position, but he's there and he scored 2 goals, so justifying his selection. We then beat Stoke 4-2 in the Carabao Cup quarter final. Stoke took the lead twice in that game before we pegged them back to win 4-2. And I must say, Shawcross scored an own goal here. It's probably the best own goal I've seen in the entire beta so far. See if you've got a better goal than this one, or own goal I should say. So Carlos Vinicius gets himself on the ball, shoots. Saved by Gunn, who pushes it onto the line, and then here comes Collins, who clears it and just smacks it into Shawcross's face, and it goes in the back of the net. Quite comical in my opinion, but you love to see it. So we are into the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup with that one. We take on Arsenal, as you can see there, so that should be an interesting game. In terms of the Premier League table, we sit 3rd at the moment because Man United have played 3 more games than us, so they go top of the table, level on points with Liverpool, who have drawn a game somewhere. I was unaware of that Liverpool draw. I was under the impression that they still win every single game. I think they must have played that when we haven't played for whatever reason, which is fine by me because obviously that pegs them back a little bit in terms of points. So Liverpool still undefeated but haven't actually won every single game this season. The duck is breaking and hopefully we will be able to capitalise on that and get the win. Obviously last episode we saw loads of injuries to players that were probably going to rule them out for at least one of the games against Liverpool. Winks should be back, which is good. Longley should be back after his virus. He's back in 2 days time but can't play in the first game. Lucas Moura is a bit more touch and go. He's got another week or so before he's back from his injury. Hugo Lloris is fit enough for the second game. I've been thinking about risking him for the first game. Joe Hart's been doing well and I don't want to aggravate his ankle injury anymore. Same with Gareth Bale. Don't want to aggravate his injury too much. I want him to be back playing games for us. So question marks on those 2 for the first one. That should be okay for the second game. We're going to jump straight into it, basically, because there's not much else to update you on. So this is the lineup. Joe Hart in goal. Do we risk Hugo Lloris? I think he's not Matt Sharp either at the moment. Joe Hart is Matt Sharp. I don't know what to do. Do we risk it? Why not? What have we got to lose? Let's bloody risk it. Let's get Lloris on the pitch with Reguilon at left back, Alderweireld and Garcia at centre back alongside Aurier at right back. Sissoko and Bentancur start in that centre of midfield. Bergwijn comes onto the left and Son starts on the right as the best right winger that we've got available to us right now who's fit. Lo Celso starts as that advanced playmaker as Dele Alli is just not performing very well particularly, and Harry Kane will start up front. That's the lineup. That's the team. We're taking on Liverpool. If we lose, it's terrible. If we win, you love to see it. So, kickoff is upon us here today. I say home leg first. It's like we're playing in the Champions League semi-finals. It's in the league, but it's just weird that they're back-to-back. We're playing at home first in the league, and we've got the first highlight of the game as Reguilon puts it into Sissoko, who's on a bit of a hot streak with scoring goals, but passes it back to our defenders there instead as Reguilon into Lo Celso. Fabinho with a good interception there, but we still maintain possession as Reguilon, who seems to be quite essential down that left-hand side right now, into Lo Celso, into Kane, Kane to Reguilon, oh, how has he not scored that one? He has been superb so far this game, and he's created a lot of opportunities for him and others around him in that highlights, and can't quite put the ball away. But a great start to the game for us there. If we can keep doing things like that, or Lo Celso putting a free kick into Eric Garcia, who scores his first for the club, putting us 1-0 up against Liverpool. Both us and Liverpool undefeated in the Premier League, but we're undefeated in every single competition right now, not just the Premier League. Liverpool have lost games in the Champions League and in the EFL Trophy, not EFL Trophy, the League Cup, Carabao Cup, whatever it's called. To be fair, the under-23s of Liverpool might have lost it in the EFL Trophy. It's not beyond the rounds a possibility that they've lost there. Hopefully another chance for us right now, though, just before half-time as Harry Kane gets it into Bergwijn, who's in the area, and Bergwijn does make it 2-0 inside of the first half. This is a very impressive start. Now, Liverpool are absolutely insane in game. And yet, they've not had a single highlight, I don't think. We've not seen Liverpool attack our goal at all yet. And yet, we're 2-0 up. This is a fantastic start to the episode. I'm telling you, it's this formation. I really genuinely think it's this formation. And what I will say as well is that it's nice to have on the latest scores behind my head. Usually in previous games, it would only show the scores for who's playing at that moment in time. But because we have a late kickoff at Tottenham versus Liverpool, they've got the results for everyone else. So it's quite good to see this now. Just a nice little addition, just quality of life changes that they've made to the game. Like, this is something really small, but it adds a lot because often it'll be frustrating. You want to see what the teams have done, particularly when it matters towards the end of the season. You're playing at different times to everyone else. So I quite like this. This is big. So half time, let's fist pump the boys. And that doesn't sound right, does it? Let's fist pump the boys. Let's fist pump and then talk to the boys and tell them that they've been great. Keep on playing well and we'll win this game. Winning it will help massively because if we win this one and the second one, to be fair, we will be 1 point behind Liverpool with a game in hand. Win that, go ahead of them. Win the other one against Man United, the game in hand that we've got against Man United. We'll be miles ahead of Man United as well. So there's a real good chance that we could be top of the table by the end of January, which is mental as we've won a penalty. James Milner bringing down Reguilon, who's been superb in today's game. Hopefully he stays fit and is suitable to play for the next one. It's going to VAR. They're checking it and they've given it. You love to see it. I believe Harry Kane will be stepping up to take the penalty. He is. He steps up and Alisson Becker saves it, which is a little bit frustrating. But the good thing about Football Manager 2021 is that essentially players' ratings aren't tanked by missing a penalty. In previous games, you'd miss a penalty, they go down to like a 2.6 rating and be terrible for the rest of the game. This time, it seems to be all right. We're not really having too many issues. Son has picked up a little knock. Let's get him off the pitch for Eric Lamela, who's come back from his long-term injury. Bentancur, let's get him off for Ndombele. And I must say, Lo Celso looking quite tired out there. He's had a good game, but he's looking tired. Let's give Dele Alli some minutes as well. We need to rest some players for the other game against Liverpool coming up in just a few days' time. Luckily, that penalty miss isn't detrimental to the game as we enter the 90th minute. We have got the ball and Ndombele shoots, saved by Becker. But it looks like we are going to picking up the 3 points, giving Liverpool their first league defeat of the season as well. And in the process, keeping our unbeaten record going. I'm super pleased with this. This has been a great start to the episode. Let's watch it all unravel now in the second half. Son out for 5 to 7 days. He's just come back from his virus that Longley is still out with. Should be back for the next game though. But Son out for a few days. He'll miss the next game unfortunately, which isn't great. But of course, we do have, for whatever reason, whatever he's called. What's he called? The name escapes me now. Sissoko, apparently a right winger. It was pointed out actually in the comment section last time that obviously Bergwijn can play right wing, but for whatever reason on that drop down menu we were looking at last time, he just didn't turn up. So actually, we might put Ali on the left wing and put Bergwijn on the right, because that would make more sense to me. Really not much time at all, actually, in between fixtures there. It's only a couple of days because it's that Christmas period, so there's like jam-packed fixtures basically all throughout Christmas. But for whatever reason, we are playing 2 games against Liverpool. Longley, as you've seen just there, is back from his virus. He's back to the team. I'm not sure if starting him is the best idea. We kept a clean sheet against Liverpool. There's not too much point in changing things, but obviously he is class. He's really good, so I would quite like for him to probably be on the bench at least. Right, let's get Son off for Bergwijn. Let's bring Dele Alli on for the left-hand side, and let's get where is he? Longley onto the bench. Not many attacking options off the bench now, obviously with Son's injury. Lucas Moura is getting back again, as is Bale, but they're not quite fully fit and they're not match sharp, so we won't get those guys on. Hugo Lloris will stay. Aurier will swap with Doherty. I keep saying Doherty. You're going to have to get used to me saying Doherty. I mean Doherty. You know what I mean, but I do apologise. Bergwijn, I think we leave the rest of it as it is. I know they're a little bit tired, but so are Liverpool. I think we leave it as it is. So in a bit of a weird case of deja vu, kickoff is upon us again against Liverpool. But today we could be getting a big win that could send us to the top of the table. Win this and we'll go up to, no, it won't send us up to the top of the table. We'll be on 36 points, not 37 points. I thought we'd add 3 points onto there, but we've already got a point technically for drawing the game right now. So we'd be on to 36 points. So ignore what I said then. But come the end of January, if we win this game, I really think we could be top of the table. And hopefully 1 or 2 additions to the squad might help us out with that. I've not got plans to bring players in. I've not got plans to sell players because it's all going pretty well right now. But, you know, if bids come in for Eric Lamela, he's going. He's never playing for us. He's going. On the bright side, we've just had a highlightless first half there, which is, I mean, it's good for us because it means we're not conceding goals. We don't want to lose. A draw away from home against Liverpool would be a fantastic result, I must say. So a draw is certainly something to be proud of, particularly because it is Liverpool. But we do want that win. If we get that win, it puts us in such a good position come the end of the season. Unfortunately, though, players are getting tired. This is the first highlights of the game, and it's going to be a Almada, Thiago's free kick. He hits the... What's he doing? It's not even Thiago Almada, is it? Who am I thinking of? Oh no, it is Thiago Almada. Thiago Almada is the Wonder Kid from Argentina. That's in my Wonder Kids video, which if you've not seen yet, there'll be a thing on top of the screen right now, I am sure. I was thinking of Thiago Alcan... Oh, I can't remember how to pronounce his name. The one they bought from Bayern Munich. I was thinking he's taking the free kick. It's not. It was a 19-year-old Wonder Kid. That's who it was. Too many Thiagos in football. Thiago Silva, Thiago Almada, Thiago from Bayern Munich, who's now at Liverpool. There's Divock Origi, who's not Thiago, but he nearly scored a goal. I'll be honest, I can't think of any more Thiagos. They're the only 3 I can think of off the top of my head. But he's on another free kick now as he puts it into Naby Keita. Back to Thiago. Back to... Oh, you hate to see it. No. Are we about to lose our first game of the season? Almada, it's a well-worked goal, to be fair, this. It's a very well-worked goal, as they just find so much space there. Lloris nearly I think he gets a hand to it, but just can't quite get enough on it. And it's time to make some changes because, I mean, Dele Alli on a 6.1. You know what? I'd be very happy to sell Dele Alli. He's been terrible. I'd be so happy to sell him. So what we might do is actually bring Bergwijn on to the left-hand side. And then Moussa Sissoko on the right-hand side. Let's get Ali off for Ndombele. We have not got the attacking options, though. That's the issue. We need the... In fact, Eric Lamela, can we bring him on? I don't know how good he's going to... No, let's not bring him on. He's not going to do any good. Let's get him back off. I don't like him. After a brilliant game in the first game against Liverpool, Reguilon's not played very well in this away game, so Ben Davies will come on for him instead, and we need to get someone off in the midfield. Højbjerg's going to come on for Benson Kirkley. He's so tired. We'll make those... Oh, Liverpool scored a second one while we're doing that. I missed all of that. Virgil van Dijk header, not ideal. So it breaks my heart to say this, but I think we're about to lose our first game of the season. Let's go very attacking. We've got nothing to lose here. Instructions. I don't know what else we can do instructions-wise, to be fair. Let's leave it as it is. I don't care at this point. We're not bringing 2 goals back. I just can't see it. It's a defeatist mindset, I know, but Liverpool have dominated us all game. We've not had a single highlight enough. There's only been 2 highlights, and they've both been goals for Liverpool, and that was nearly a third one for them. We've not been able to do much away from home. We've had 4 shots in the entire game. At least we won the home leg. I keep saying leg. At least we won the home game. At least we've picked up 3 points against Liverpool. They've picked up 3 against us. It's not like we've dropped loads of points to them. When it comes down to it at the end of the season, it's not like we're going to be ruining losing both games. We've won 1, we've lost 1. It balances out. But ideally, obviously, we would have been winning this game, and there's a chance for Harry Kane. He won't score it because he's been in fact, I wouldn't mind if Kane was sold either. I'll be honest with you. I was saying I wasn't going to sell anyone, but Kane's not been scoring goals. Dele Alli's been woeful all season. I wouldn't mind if they weren't English. We'd get rid of them, but they're English, and we've got to keep them for squad registration in European competitions. So it's frustrating, unless of course we brought in 2 other English talents. Like if we sold Dele Alli, I was going to say for James Maddison, but I don't think that's actually an upgrade or anything like that. I don't know. Maybe a Phil Foden. Oh, that's interesting. We'll work something out, I'm sure. But Lo Celso coming forward for us right now into Bergwijn. Bergwijn, let's at least get a consolation goal out of this to really push Liverpool towards the end. As Doherty, can he put a ball in the middle? He puts it into Ndombele, who can't put it in the middle. But it's not ideal. We've been terrible attacking-wise all game. Bergwijn is proving that again. It wasn't to be. It wasn't to be. Our first loss of the season. It's painful, but unfortunately, it had to come at some point. It was always going to come at some point. Not if the performance out there at all, but, you know, we can take some heart from what we've achieved today. So after all of that, we stay 3rd in the table, still 7 points behind Liverpool. But at least we've got a game in hand. We can go 4 points behind them, and we can catch up with Man United. So the title race is very much still on as we approach the halfway point of the season. There's scope to do a transfer special. The issue is there is a ridiculous amount of games to play, and that will take a long time to record and play all those games. So I think it might be more realistic to just play Burnley and Crystal Palace after January. I'll deal with January transfer stuff, because there might not even be any transfers. This is the thing, there might not be any transfers, let alone, you know, a January transfer special. There's maybe no point in doing that. But we'll come back for the Burnley and Crystal Palace game. If there's transfers, I'll obviously talk you through everything that's gone through, give you as much detail as possible. But I just think it's not quite the most practical thing to record when there's, 9 games in January. There's a lot of games in January. Either way, thank you very much for watching today's episode. Please do drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And of course, I will see you next time for tomorrow's episode. Have a good one. Goodbye.